nothing wrong with putting effort, but where you put the effort is a problem, right? For example, nothing wrong with putting effort on your health, putting effort on your physical, emotional health, right? The problem is when people put too much effort on trying to control something they can't control, which is how people are gonna like them. The only thing that you can control is to gradually build yourself up, right? You could definitely build yourself up, keep yourself in shape, increase your emotional resilience, become emotionally stronger, build a healthy lifestyle, building an attractive lifestyle. How people are going to react to it, it's out of your control. And the most important thing is understanding that, because nothing throws away all of the work you've done, all of the self-development gets thrown away when you care what people think of it, honestly. And it's a paradox to care enough to change, but not care enough to react to them. So let's talk about what tends to happen when you stop putting effort, and and how that actually empowers you. Now, again, I don't want you to believe that you don't put effort in building yourself up. Always keep yourself in shape. Always keep yourself emotionally free of burden, emotionally free of stress. Always build yourself up. You put effort in that. Put effort in building the relationships around you. Okay. Now, what the first thing that tends to happen when you stop, for example, when you meet someone, you're dating someone, and let's just say you stop liking them, right? One of the first things that happens is that you stop putting effort. Like when somebody stops paying attention to you, you'll notice they stop paying attention. And what happens is that you just naturally get more insecure, right? You start actually chasing them harder. You start actually paying more attention to their nonverbal cues, paying more attention to things that actually don't matter simply because you're in an insecure state, right? So by you being less reactive, what happens is that all of the nonverbal cues that you have that are needy, that actually sabotages you, all of the things that you do that universally all of your exes say is a turnoff, because there are things that we do that we don't know that actually turns people off, right? And if you actually interview all of the people that didn't like you, I bet a lot of them will universally say the same thing. And those things are things you're just not aware of. But those things are reflective things, like twitches that you're not aware that is twitching. And those things happen because you care too much. It's almost like when you put in something through a needle, right? When you go on like this with a needle, you notice you don't shake. But as soon as you have to put a needle through a little fucking string, all of a sudden people start shaking, right? Because they care about the results. So what will happen is that by you not putting effort, like literally go on a date with someone, right? Go on a date with someone and don't try to impress them, right? You might think you're being boring because maybe you are, but their interpretation is not going to be your interpretation, because what's going to happen is that they're going to notice you not putting effort, and rather than saying, oh, this person is boring, they're going to get insecure and misinterpret your lack of effort as chilled, as attractive, as mysterious, as confident. Because that's the insecure mind. That's how people interpret it when they when they're reacting to you, and when they care about your reaction, and they sense a little bit of just like on reactiveness. It's like when you're talking to someone and they don't react that much, right? If you give them that slight, like less reactive than usual, people will notice the difference and they get a little insecure around that, and they start chasing a little bit harder, right? And what will happen also is that when you stop caring about the interactions, you'll notice your text messages are different. Your text messages are more relaxed, more confident, more yourself. Your responses are a little bit more spaced out. You don't think too much about what to send, so you're actually more yourself, and people can sense the ingenuity and the realness behind your text messages and the way you're interacting. Because what repels people is when they sense that you really care. Nothing wrong with caring later on, right? But in the beginning, when they sense that you really care, it kind of says, okay, do they do this with everyone? Like, it's like a golden retriever who loses you and then finds another owner. You're like, really, motherfucker? Like, right? So that's the first thing. You get less reactive, which fixes your nonverbal cues. You come across as more fluid. You don't go from this to this to this. You know those weird, freaky, creepy transitions when you're nervous? You're more like, oh, like it's more fluid. It's not like, it's more like more fluid. And people can sense that because they like it. By the way, if you're going to apply these strategies, if you think you try too hard to impress people and they don't like you back, click in the description down below and book a call with me, and I'll show you whether or not, and you'll tell me the situation, and I'll let you know whether or not you're trying too hard in those situations, what you're doing that makes you look creepy, and what you should stop doing to give off a chilled vibe. There are some people, honestly, that all I need to see is see them talk or hear their situation and say, okay, this is what you're doing, right? Because most people in your life will never tell you the truth. You know, they don't want to offend you. Father Alex doesn't know you. I'll tell you the truth. Okay. So click on the description down below, work with me one-on-one. And there you'll be able to talk to me. I talked to like 5 clients today. So I'm available and I am real and I exist. So click on the description down below or else I'm closing the channel. Let's continue with the video. The next thing is that it reveals their intentions. When you stop trying, let's just say you're dating someone and they have an ex and their ex is trying to get them from you, right? One of the things I always tell people, the one situation you never put effort is when you're in a triangulation, when you're fighting for someone else. You never put effort. You never put effort when you try and impress somebody else. And the reason why is because trying to take them from someone will only push them towards them, especially if they're from the past. What you have to do is push them. So say, oh, you have an ex? Go to your ex. I prefer not to do that. I think it's better you guys go together. I'm not gonna get involved. It's not my thing. What actually happens is the reverse happens. You actually look more attractive. You actually look more valuable. You actually look like somebody who has more options. And the paradox happens is that it increases the likelihood that they're actually gonna chase you more than the other person. Right? It's one of those paradoxes. If you find yourself in a triangle, push them towards the other person. Right? And the next thing is that it reveals their intentions. Right? A lot of the times people don't feel the urge to show you their intentions because they don't feel like they need to. Because you're putting too much effort. It feels one-sided. People reveal how they feel only as a last resort. People reveal how they feel if they feel like they're going to lose you or your effort is going down. You reveal how somebody feels their intentions by you literally not doing nothing. Stop putting effort. Stop putting effort. For example, I don't recommend you doing this, but Valentine's Day, you forget it's Valentine's Day. For example, somebody who genuinely likes you and is hiding it will not be able to hide it. They're going to be pissed off, right? Not putting effort. When you sensing that this person may not want you as much, will literally show you and validate whether or not what you're feeling is true. Okay, and this happens everywhere. And nothing. Well, because they feel like they could hide because you're making them feel like you're never gonna leave them. So then they don't have the need to show you how they feel because you're making it obvious about how you feel because you care too much. Like I said. Caring a lot shows it in the face. It shows it in the nervous tension in your face. Not caring hides your intentions and it forces the other person to reveal their intentions. The next thing is that you don't come across as manipulative. A lot of the times, a lot of us have manipulative habits that we're not aware of and it turns people off, right? By you not putting effort, it allows you to be more of yourself, right? Because people usually start getting manipulative when they desperately want something. Like, and they even unconsciously start getting manipulative when they desperately want something. If you want to show your true self, stop trying. Stop putting effort. A lot of people never really know their true attractive selves because they care so much. They put too much effort and they never let the other person put effort. They think that if they stop carrying the weight of the relationship, this person is going to stop putting effort on their part. And that's not the truth. What's happening here is that you're running away from reality. Not putting effort reveals things. In life, you got to try and then not try. Put effort and then not put effort. That's what tends to happen. In life, you cannot go 100% all the time. Sometimes you got to impress them, now let them impress you. But a lot of us don't have that off button. A lot of us are just going in one narrow direction, on mode, impress mode. And that tends to never show you how, if a person likes you, because it's like somebody who uses money to gain friends. They don't really know if people like them because they keep giving and never give them space to give back. right? So the next thing that happens is that not only are you not manipulative, it allows you to also see whether or not you're in a relationship that's one-sided. It allows you to see the dynamics of the relationship, the truth of the relationship. If it's manipulative and you stop putting effort, you'll notice it'll start to become clear the type of person you're dealing with. Because manipulative people only get self-soothed when you react to them in the way that they want to. If you stop putting effort, stop trying to react to them, it'll reveal to you a person's true nature, right? And last but not least, your relationships will be more genuine. A lot of the times, we tend to attract relationships where it's not authentic, where we, like I said earlier, we manipulated them into liking us, right? They may like us because maybe you're playing these games. They may like us because maybe you're putting them in competition with you. They may like us possibly because you're giving them things, and so they're only there because of what you're providing, right? Some guys may, for example, like I've known guys that they're only in a relationship because of the sex, right? And if the woman is not going above and beyond to please the guy's not going to be there. And so, or some guys are only in a relationship because they know that they provide the woman money and they provide the woman a certain lifestyle, and so they have to consistently keep this up. And part of them feels like maybe their relationships are not real. The solution to that is stop putting effort. Stop giving them so much. In fact, have a period where you stop giving them, you stop, for example, like it's almost like if you take your girl on vacation a lot, stop taking her on vacation. See what happens. See what happens, right? It'll reveal the quality of the relationships that you have. The problem is that a lot of people are afraid that maybe the relationships they have are not real. It's like a guy who's famous and only uses his fame to get women, right? That guy will be afraid to not tell people how famous they are, right? In case they don't like them. A lot of us hide under that, hide under effort. Not putting effort reveals how people truly value us. Right? It's like I knew a guy who was only friends with ours because he was providing us weed when I was younger, right? And as soon as he stopped providing us weed, I remember we stopped inviting him. I know I'm an asshole. I mean, I was young people. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I look back and I realize he was in that type of situation where he was providing us weed and he was hanging out with us. And I could feel that was his way of getting people to like him. But the problem is that it puts him in a situation where he doesn't know who truly likes him. Right? And so you don't have authentic relationships. And so this reveals who's real or not. This reveals who really likes you or who doesn't. Where a lot of us will prefer to just stay in denial. Some people will prefer to think people like them and live in that denial rather than see the truth and realize that, look, man, most of your relationships are not real. If you want to see that, stop trying. And from there, then you could build genuine relationships. And that's the point, man. I just feel like in life, it's okay to try hard, but there are moments when you have to stop because that's how you reap your benefits. You plant things and then you leave it, right? You do the effort, you develop self-love, you become happy from within, and then you let people like you. You just allow. If you like me, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine, right? Because I did everything that I could. The Bhagavad Gita says you're entitled to the labor, but not the fruits of your labor. And the next thing is that you look more real. When you put effort, when you really try to impress people, you just look more fake. It feels like a robotic, like when you meet people that are really trying to impress you, that are trying to act a certain way, you can sense the fakeness. Humans have a good feel for this. It's almost like how humans have a good feel for people who have autism, right? You don't have to see them exactly talk, but you can sense through the nonverbal cues when somebody has like a developmental disorder. It's actually a real thing. And so humans have a BS detector, especially when they don't like you too much. They can sense your BS more. It's almost like when somebody's in love with a manipulator, but the people who are not in love with the manipulator can see their BS. When you stop putting effort, you're gonna look more real, and also you can see their BS more. Like honestly, and the thing is that by you putting less effort, there's a sense of coldness that emanates from you. And that coldness is not negative. It's a type of coldness that looks confident and that makes people wanna impress you more, right? It's a coldness you sense when you first meet people and you wanna impress them. It's like a military general where his coldness makes you wanna see him smile, right? And above all is that it shows people you have another side, right? Being able to go from caring one day and actually act, if you actually act like you don't care, for example, the next, and you interview people and see their reaction, how you acted, they'll tell you you acted differently. And they'll sense another side to you. It's almost like where I'll meet people one day, they're talkative, and the next day they're a little bit cold. Not too cold, but cold enough for you to sense it. What I notice, at least for me, it shows I act a little bit more, like at least a part of me tries to impress them more. That's how I react, right? And the thing is that people need to see that there's a side of you that shows that you care, but then there's a side of you that doesn't give a fuck. And the only way for them to sense that is for you to show it sometimes. And I always tell people, you show this side when they're not putting effort, right? Put the least effort side of you when you're sensing that they're not doing it. You give people a taste of their own medicine, and you also apply this in the beginning, and then you ramp up your effort as they're showing you that, right? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, okay? Take care.
So a lot of you guys have been asking me, how can I purchase all of your courses in one go? Well, if you guys want to purchase all of them, you guys can join the Mindful Attraction University, people. Yeah, that's right. And in this, you'll be able to access all of my courses for $3.99. Initially, if you purchase all of my courses, Emotional Mastery, Psychological Game of Attraction, my new course, The Feminine Woman, Natural Chemistry, Charisma Blueprint, Nice Girl, you guys can purchase all of it for $600, but with the bundle deal, you guys can purchase it for $3.99. Or you guys can purchase it in 3 easy payments of $125, people. Yeah, that's right. Or you guys can purchase it with the bonuses. So you not only do you get the courses, but the bonuses. And that comes down to $7.99 or 4 easy and mindful payments of $199. Now, these bonuses are not regular bonuses. These bonuses are legit, almost like courses within a course, right? So you guys can just click on the description down below and explore the types of bonuses. For example, I have bonuses on how to get over your ex, how to become more creative, how to, especially in the feminine woman, I have a bonus about how to penetrate the mind and how to speak in a way that gets people to do what you want them to do. Like, it's honestly one of the craziest sections that I've ever made, because most of these courses, people, I come up with those ideas in meditation retreats. Nobody goes to the extent that I go. I go to meditation retreats to create these courses. There's a 14-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, just ask me for the money back within 14 days, and I'll give you all the money back. Father Alex has never rejected a money back offer if I offered it. So, and if you guys already purchased one of my courses, for example, and you guys want to get the bonuses while getting a discount, you know what I'm saying? I have discount codes for people who purchase my courses. So if you purchase my courses, just send me a private message. Or if you work with me one-on-one, I'll give you a big discount for the courses. And there I can help all of you guys understand that this is a movement. Most people never knew this type of knowledge before. And I am trying to empower women across the world and liberate them from these negative and one-sided relationships through these courses. So hopefully you guys can spread the message and help other people out. And I'll see you guys inside. Or else I'm close to